Good morning, beautiful mamas. I'm Debbie Page, your host, and I'm here to help you embrace your journey of motherhood with intention, grace, and joy. Oh, beautiful mamas, what if I told you there's a simple way to transform those surface level mom conversations into really meaningful friendships? So that's what we're going to dive in today. It's a really powerful approach to what I call her heart plus one. And I like this approach. And it's helping mamas build deeper connections, create lasting friendships, and develop the authentic village that we all need. And the best part of all of this is something you can start using at your very next playground meetup. So today we're exploring what I think is a game changer. It's a different approach to connecting with other mamas that goes beyond just saying me too when you talk about temper tantrums or bedtime struggles or whatever. This is going to really help you transform your friendships. And let's break it down. So again, I'm calling it the her heart plus one approach. And number one, the art of heart level listening. Oh, and beautiful mamas, here's where real connection begins. I just want to say that my daughter-in-law, who lives up the street with me, is what I think an absolute genius at this. No matter where she goes, she connects on a much deeper level than the average person does with the various people that she talks to and has conversation with. And it's so beautiful, and it doesn't always result in long-term friendships, but it does result in very deep conversation, and oftentimes does listen, not listen, but goes on to becoming a very significant relationship in her life. So what you want to do is you want to listen without planning your response. How many of us, I am so guilty of this, we're in a conversation with somebody, and while they are talking, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to say this. Oh, I'm going to say this. Oh, I'm going to tell about this story. Let's just calm that down and let's just listen without planning our response. And then I want you to mirror back the feelings of the other mother, not just her words, but really think about what are her feelings and see how you can mirror back those feelings. Use phrases that you truly understand and that you think can help her to understand what she's actually feeling. Because so often in our conversations, the person who's sharing something with us doesn't necessarily recognize what their feelings are. They come out in maybe their verbal expressions or their hand gestures or even in the words they're speaking, but they may not actually be totally in touch with those feelings. And then what I want you to do is hold space for that experience. Just hold the space. Doesn't have to be for too long, but the thing is that holding space for another person becomes very sacred and they recognize it. And that's what I see in my daughter-in-law. She will oftentimes make a statement about something and then she really waits. She just sits there and she just waits until I respond back to her. Then she typically will ask a question that helps us go down a little bit deeper. And then she waits again. She's really, I think, brilliant at it. So the second thing is adding your plus one. So that was your heart. Now you're going to add your plus one. And this is where friendship magic really happens. Share a gentle insight that can help expand that mom's perspective. Make it gentle, make it authentic, make meaningful connections to your own journey, because so often what the other mother is talking about, either you've been there or maybe you haven't been there, but you anticipate that that might be something that you will encounter at some point, and you've actually maybe done some studying, or you have observed what other mothers, maybe older mothers with older children, have done, that you felt like, I'm going to make note of that because that was really, really great. And so when you're sharing with the other mother, you don't it doesn't have to be your own personal experience. It can be the experience of another person. And then offer fresh ways of seeing her situation. So often our situations are all encompassing and we just feel almost in a panic mode sometimes, or we feel a lot of despair, like I'll never get out of this. How can I ever get beyond this? So just help her to see a different way of looking at her situation. And then create moments of shared understanding. So actually, this makes me want to cry. When I think back to my dear, dear friend Carol Ann, we were just incredible friends for 45 years before she passed. And our sacred connections, our shared understandings, the moments that we created together, gosh, this is making it hard for me because it was so endearing to me. And we just always had this connection, even though we rarely, not for very long, did we ever live in the same city. For most of our friendship, we were living miles and miles apart, with her being in Charlotte and me being in New Hampshire. I mean, we're talking about miles apart. But those shared connections, those moments that we created together, whether it was on the phone or whether it was in person, just still to this day, they are so, so precious to me. So number 3, I want you to make it natural and authentic. And here's a way to keep it real. Share from your heart, not from your highlight reel. Share from your heart. Make genuine connections to your own experiences. We all have experiences that happen every single day. So every day we're adding to our movie reel, if you want to say it that way, or we're adding to our book or our Wikipedia, all of our experiences. So start thinking of those experiences and bringing them to mind so that you can share them with other mothers. Keep the conversation flowing naturally. Again, Rachel does a beautiful job at that. She just seems to always keep that conversation going. And I love being in conversation with her, but I also love listening to her in conversation with other people. And then stay present in the moment. This day and time, it's so easy with so many distractions to get a beep on your phone. Oh, you want to pick your phone up and look at it. Don't do that. Keep it away from you, in your pocket, in your whatever, but don't look at it when you're having a real conversation with somebody, whether that person is your husband or a friend or somebody that you just met. So let me give you a few examples. When a mama is overwhelmed, first reflect, gosh, it sounds like you're carrying so much right now. And then you can add your +1. It reminds me of seasons when I've needed to just redefine what good enough looks like. And again, I'm going to bring up my daughter-in-law, who I think does a great job at that. When I'm over there in the evenings, she absolutely lets me put the older children to bed. That's good enough for her. Those nights that I'm there give her a great relief from those end of the day parenting duties. And they are duties, but they're also such gifts that we get, to have those connections with our children at bedtime. But nevertheless, they do take energy. Okay, so then when a mom is celebrating, you can say something like, gosh, I see that just brings you so much joy. I love that. I love hearing that. Then add your +1. It's beautiful to see you embracing this season. Or, gosh, I love that. I know I'm using the word gosh a lot, but it's just part of my vocabulary. So remember, beautiful mamas, we're not talking about perfect words. We're not talking about perfect conversation. We're not even talking about perfect connections, but what we're doing is we're creating spaces. That's what I want to help you understand, creating spaces where we can be real together. So let's wrap up what we've covered today. Heart level listening, that creates authentic connections. Adding gentle insights from your own, past, even if it was yesterday or this morning. and the natural sharing so that you're building these lasting friendships. These simple shifts can really transform your village building journey. So let me leave you with this mantra. Stay calm and confident, keep moving, fill your days with laughter and curiosity, and remember to celebrate your mama moments. Thank you for spending your precious time with me today. I know you're busy, and I just love how you tune in. So remember that every moment of grace becomes a golden thread in your tapestry, touching lives and creating ripples of love that extend far beyond what you can even see or hear or believe, even really. And each small act of kindness, each word of wisdom, each gentle touch becomes part of the beautiful legacy that you are weaving. And if this episode touched your heart, share it with another mom who might need to be told that she too is having a beautiful impact on her family. Hit the subscribe button below. And listen, until tomorrow, this is Debbie Page.